headset.
All right, so here we go. Are we looking good? Camera
Yeah,
ready?
we're good. We're good.
All right.
Handsome as ever.
All right, so this episode of Blood, Sweat, and Beers, of the Summer of Soccer edition, we're going to talk about the wrapping up of the group stage and then moving on to the round of 32, which by the time you see this, at least one game will have gone by. But we will start off, as we always start off, like, share, and subscribe to this video. Follow us at Dallas Guardians on everything. We'd really appreciate you. We are seeing growing numbers on social everywhere, even this YouTube channel. So we appreciate it. So thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe, all the good stuff. I'm trying to be as active as I can be for these. We will remove that. Quick note, inaugural opening of the stadium, July 4th. So FC Dallas at Toyota Stadium, I think, has a traditional July 4th going back at least 10 years now.
Yeah.
That will not be happening this year for obvious reasons. But the boys no longer at Choctaw or whatever. Yeah, Choctaw will be opening their own stadium, Texas Health Mansfield Stadium. Post game fireworks, no drone show though. I'm not sure the second group can afford the drone shows.
Cheaping out on Mansfield. How rude.
Yes, indeed. But get your tickets now. I anticipate this being a hard ticket to get. But yeah, let's pack this house. We will be putting more stuff out on our socials, so go ahead and grab that. All right, so let's hit the banner here. So we're going to do our usual tradition, physical media of the day. In continuation of the jersey here, Jamaica, best jersey not to make it to the World Cup.
Best jersey, period. Okay? Like, you don't even have to put a qualifier on that.
I mean, the Congo, solid.
It is.
So we're going to do Damian Marley, Welcome to Jamrock. Now we're with 3 generations in of the Marleys doing their thing now. Although this is 2nd generation. We do have a 3rd generation. We'll do that next week. But yes, this is the Welcome to Jamrock with the title track, Welcome to Jamrock. 500,000 copies sold, which for a Jamaican artist is actually really good. This kind of came out of nowhere, ran a few summers, but yeah, Damian Marley, Welcome to Jamrock. The funny enough about that song is actually a sample of an old reggae beat, which is what we do as a tradition here. We'll take a beat and flip it 6 different ways, and it's quite beautiful. But
you basically invented sampling, so
don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. But yeah, what do you got today?
Wait! Shout out to the Josie's record sticker on there too.
Yes, indeed. Me, Hubert, and Dennis, we're probably gonna. Hopefully, we can line this up.
One day we'll actually be able to get our schedules again.
Oh, speaking of that, Josie Records, every big holiday. So I will 4th of July before I head to the stadium. I will be stopping at Josie Records. They usually have 25 cents on dollar CDs and then 20 cents off 20% off everything in the building. So if you're a physical media, as we've been supporting here, go ahead and hit them up on 4th of July.
If I can manage to get off for the game, I will, and I'll join you for that. That sounds awesome.
They usually do it over the weekend, so it should be Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So, but check out their socials. But for sure, they did it. They've done it Memorial Day, all the good stuff. So yeah, check them out. All right, what do you got today?
I'm nerding out pretty hard on this one because for those of you who don't know, I work at a brewery and we get a lot of people that are, just there to drink beer or whatever. Every now and then we get like nerds that want to get into the science of it all. And the other day, I got a nerd that was into beer, but was also into coffee. And I'm also a big coffee guy. And we started getting into like chemistry and like the physics and everything of it. So my nerdy book today is Modulating the Flavor and Profile of Coffee. This is an insane book that just talks about chemistry, curves, all this stuff. This kind of stuff can be really fun when it's about something that you're interested in. So like if you think you're not into chemistry and like the sciences of all this kind of stuff, you probably are. It's just never had to do with anything you care about. So go find, like, if you have a hobby, go learn about like the sciences behind it, not just how to do it. Like you'll learn some cool stuff. That's all. Just like dive deep into your hobbies and learn about the science behind them, not just surface area. So that's my physical media.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. I always tell people the things you enjoy, you should probably go deeper than surface level.
Yeah, you may find you actually like chemistry.
Oh, that's
be surprised.
No, it's always funny. This is my old man grumpy of the day, where all the kids are like, I don't need chemistry or geometry or a million other things in school. I never used it in real life. And yeah, That's kind of funny. So it is what it is. We
Yep.
will continue on here.
Oh, by the way, we're doing this after dark, which means I get to drink, which I don't normally get to. So cheers.
Yes, indeed. Summer of Soccer After Dark is what we're doing here. All right, so I don't know where we left off. I think me and Dennis recorded Tuesday, so there's quite a few games.
Jesus, that's a lot.
Group stages.
Can I just point something out? We played this many games to eliminate 16 teams.
Yeah, 72 games thus far.
I'm not saying it's good or bad. That's just crazy.
Yeah, I think we ended off, if I'm not mistaken, the last thing I think we reviewed was before the 3-2 losing of the US. So
got it. So that would be
that was Wednesday.
Wednesday.
That was Thursday. So we recorded.
Oh okay, yeah, we don't have that much to cover. Oh, I mean, it's a bit, but not like as much as I thought it was going to be. Did you guys cover the US game?
No, we didn't, because we recorded the day before
That's what I figured, happened. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we can go over that really quickly.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably what people care about the most that are part of this stuff anyway.
We're no longer in the physical media segment. All right. Yeah, so
just run the banner the whole game. Who cares?
It's fine.
It's after dark.
Yeah, it was one of them things where I think people overreacted. Well, not overreacted. There was two different things. There was a dismissive, like it didn't matter, we were just playing the bench, which is somewhat true. And then there was an overreacting, like, oh my God, maybe we weren't as good as we thought we were. And I'm like, it's probably a combination of both things.
Yeah, it's okay to be in the middle on that one.
Yeah, I always thought Turkey was going to be the hardest game for the US. If for no other reason other than styles makes fights. So although Turkey sucked their two previous games, although they weren't too bad against Paraguay, the fact that they went, I think that they were saying on the telecast, 63 shots without a goal, and then this goal had 3.
That's a record. Just, yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, so it was style makes fights, right? A lot of Paraguay and Australia are sit in the box and then try to counter. That's not really going to work against the U.S., right? Turkey, on the other hand, is I want to possess the ball. I want to play tiki-taki soccer, which is what the U.S. is not really good at, right? The U.S. is built for CONCACAF football, which is bunker, counter.
The dark arts.
Yeah. So I think that's why everyone was expecting Turkey to be more competition than they ended up being. In my opinion,
I don't know, last game of the group stage, you can't discount the pride of all right, we got to get at least 1 point, right?
Oh no, facts
from Turkey, yeah, human spirit, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to be dismissive because it's the World Cup, right?
Yes.
Every game matters a little. They matter a little less in this one, but there's something to be said about who you want to play, what players you want to keep in momentum and everything. And that's all stuff I can't explain, intangible stuff. But, the fact of the matter is you did rest your team. I think we should be worried about, and you can't dismiss, is that this team has no depth.
I mean, I agree, but I disagree. Obviously, Roldan is injured. Pulisic is coming back from an injury. I just saw an injury report. Someone else is down. But yes, this is not the English squad where you can field 2 11s.
Yeah. The next guy up is not as good as the guy in front of him, or even that close. It's just a thing. And I think where I'm alarmed about that is defense. Obviously, I think we've been talking about that with the US for the entire cycle, right?
Yeah, I don't think is it Robinson? Who did we replace? I don't
Dest want got replaced for the game, I think.
Yeah. I don't. Tim Ream didn't start, so I think it was Robinson and somebody else.
And by the way, I'm not mad about Ream getting a rest.
Yeah, we can't. He can't. We can't expect him to play every minute this whole run. But maybe that is the expectation.
Yeah. Well, it's I'm okay with people getting excited about the first 2 results. It's a tournament, right? If you're a fan, be a fan, whatever. But yeah, just that doesn't translate into on-field results, and you got to be realistic about it, right? At the end of the day, you are the United States. You are, in my opinion, the best CONCACAF team. But the best CONCACAF teams of all time haven't done anything in the World Cup.
Yeah. Sure. I was looking for a graphic on which confederations qualified. So basically, the African continent, who was derided before this, 8 out of 9 of their teams made it,
awesome.
Including the massive underdog that is Cape Verde, who qualified as second in that group.
Yeah,
Let me see if
Cabo
I
Verde,
can
man. Let's go.
let me
I love
let me
it.
pull that up. So here's the group finales. Right. So we got Mexico going 3 for 3. We got South Africa making a comeback, which won't matter because we'll talk about that here in a second.
Right.
Korea, that guy already resigned on his flight back.
Yo, they
That was nice.
censored him on the TV. Did
Yeah.
you see that?
Yeah, it's been actually this is I don't know where the arrogance comes from. Is not I think they anticipated at least leaving the group stage for them, but the fact that they really expected to do something is kind of funny to me. Um Group B, shout out to South Africa for coming back from that, red card debacle and steadying themselves.
Yeah, you showed some
Uh
character, and that matters.
yeah, But then Group B, we got Switzerland, Canada, Bosnia, and Qatar. Qatar is trash.
Yeah, a joke. I mean, they were a joke
Yeah.
last World Cup.
Sorry, Czechia also bottom of the table with 1 point. That's not great, but it is what it is. I don't think they had expectations.
The main thing I want to talk about with Czechia real quick too is
Yeah, go
that
ahead.
historically Czechia is an incredibly defensive team, right? Like
Yeah.
I remember I want to say the 2010 World Cup, there was a game where they had like 10 shots on goal against them
Mm-hmm.
and they had 1 shot on goal and they won because they scored their only shot on goal, but the whole rest of the game they just had perfect defense. Like that's a classic Chechian approach. To have a -4 goal differential is crazy for that team. Historically, I mean.
No, I agreed. It's really weird. We had a combination of a lot of ties, but a lot of goals. So it's a really weird.
And a lot of the ties were fun. Yeah, that's what you're saying, right? But I mean, at the
Yeah.
end of the day, Group A was not the strongest group. It's cool to go 3 for 3. It's cool to get 9 points. But
Mm-hmm.
at the end of the day, hosts always get a cushier group, right? That's always a thing. And yeah, be happy that you did it as a Mexico supporter. But like, it's a bigger World Cup. This was going to be the easiest one to do it in. I wouldn't
Yeah.
hang your hat on it.
I mean that being said, they do it means they don't have to leave until the semifinals. They get to play in Mexico.
Yeah, that
again.
was always the
So,
key. But the World
yeah,
Cups, they always try to make it easier on the hosts, in quotes, easier, I guess.
yeah. Then we
Poor
got Group
Canada.
B. Yeah, no. Group B, Canada made it through, and we'll talk about results here in a minute. Bosnia, solid team from watching these games, right? I think they tied Canada, beat Qatar, and then lost to Switzerland.
Yeah.
Solid team. A lot of towers in the back. Like, so as far as
They're
corner
a
kicks go,
big team.
yeah. As far as
They're
corner kicks
huge.
go, I think they will give the U.S. a hard time for
Look,
sure.
out of all the CONCACAF teams that they got stuck with, the US
Mm-hmm.
is probably the best one to compete with them in terms of that, right?
Yeah.
Like, just none of these CONCACAF teams that came through this year are really like the big physical ones. I guess
Yeah.
that would have been what, Jamaica? Like,
I mean, yeah, we got Robert Lowe, and yeah, we have some height in our team for sure.
but this
But
team would have had like 2 set pieces against Mexico and buried them both.
facts. Yeah, obviously Qatar, I don't know, they qualified. Canada, solid job. Good. Jesse Marsh has made some missteps on his comments with the media, but as far as getting this team organized, and they did this without their star player. So
Yeah,
there is
we'll
that to
have
be
to get
said.
into Davies coming into that game later. Yeah.
Indeed. Then we got Group C, Brazil, 7 points. So they didn't lose, but they didn't look as strong as we were anticipated.
Did
Neymar
you
made his. Yeah, go ahead.
Did you feel like Brazil was growing into it a little bit though, at least? Like
No, for
not
sure.
not dramatically, but like into it, like Vinicius kind of coming into it. Like I think one of the stories I keep hearing people talk about is how much better are Mbappe and Vinicius when they're not playing with each other?
Yes.
It's so
So
goofy that that's a thing.
Vinny Jr. to me is he's the X factor. The problem is he's too young to be the X factor, right? So it's one
Yeah,
of
that's
those things
fair.
where like,
I hadn't thought of it that
um,
way.
and then someone was saying on the telecast, I think it's a little bit of arrogance, but they were like, you look at the Brazil squad and you have guys from Sunderland. And I'm like, what are you trying to say about Sunderland? Um,
The
but I
Premier
think,
League, I don't know what to tell you.
yeah, I think people are remembering the Ronaldo, as Thierry Henry likes to say, it's CR9. They're remembering that Brazil squad,
Yo,
and
they have
that
been
is not. Yeah,
pushing that real Ronaldo thing this year. It's been wild.
yeah,
But yeah,
and
I don't know.
yeah,
How do you think Brazil is looking? Do you think they've got in it to go a little run?
I mean,
Without
quarterfinals.
looking at the bracket.
Yeah, we'll look at the bracket here in a second. I think quarterfinal. I think they'll win their next game, and then after that, it's a toss up. But for me, they didn't. Defensively, they're solid. Was it goal difference 6? Yeah, defensively they're solid. Although I'm thinking most of those wasn't 5 of those from Haiti. So if your goal difference is 6, yeah, see what I'm saying? Like,
well, let's go check. I'll go check it. You can keep going.
can you? Okay. Well, no, I can do that. Here, let me pull this up. All right. So this is all of them. Let's find Brazil. So they were 1-1 against. Find them again here.
That Morocco game was fun though. That was my favorite
What?
one out of all of them.
Well, yeah, no, actually, only 3-0 Haiti. So okay, never mind. So they won.
So Brazil, 3-0 Haiti, 3-0 Scotland, 1-1 Morocco.
Okay, there you go. So solid. But like I said, nothing. Again, Scotland, not a great team. We got 3 points though. Almost made it through.
All vibes. All vibes in Scotland comedy.
Yeah. We'll do Group D last. So we'll do Germany. Germany did what they were supposed to, except for that Ecuador game. I don't know how that happened.
I think the thing with Ecuador is like they've got on a good day, their defense is pretty crazy good.
Oh yes,
I think that's it, right? Because like this isn't like a world-beating Germany, right? Like we're used to. Like they're good. They've got some players, but you're still wondering where goals are coming from sometimes. Yeah. And I know it's crazy to say that about a team that won 7-1, but
yeah, I think this is the one I meant. Scored 7-1. So their goal difference was 6, and they scored 7-1 in one game. So basically, for the rest of it, it was so. Cote d'Ivoire is not the African team I was rooting for this route. This World Cup of the African team of the 8. We'll go through that. Of the 8 that qualified, Morocco is the one I think that has the best opportunity to go the furthest. But this Cote d'Ivoire squad has, I'm going to say this. It was speed and power, but also enough skill.
Yeah.
Work.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, the reason I mentioned that is Bastian Schweinsteiger got in trouble for some comments, and the way he said it, I don't think he meant it in a negative way, but it's still weird coming from a German. But
have you seen the sketch?
Yeah.
I think it might be from the league. I don't remember. Where they're talking about the way commentators talk about different players from different ethnicities.
Yes.
How like when they're talking about a Latino football player, they're like, oh yeah, he's a real firecracker, just a real firecracker. Yeah. And like when they're talking about a black athlete, they're always talking about just like, oh yeah, just like a real powerhouse, like, just a bursty athlete, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's all about speed and power.
Yeah, and I'm like, power. Like,
and I'm like, okay. I know a lot of black players, Thierry Henry, for instance, that had speed, power, and had touch and tactics and a whole bunch of other stuff.
The king of finesse.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't know.
It doesn't have to be about raw power, man. Yeah.
No, sometimes it is appropriate. What's my guy that played for Wolves? He's built like a tank, all muscle.
Adama Traore.
There you go. He's speed and power. He has no tact whatsoever, though. That's his problem, right?
But like, I think we want to talk Thierry Henry. Let's talk about Drogba, right? Like,
Drogba. Drogba, another Cote d'Ivoire player. Yeah, so he got in trouble by saying basically the African teams are not necessarily known for their tactics, which can be true in times, but that can be true of any team.
Yeah, you can, right? Especially, I guess maybe we're feeling a little different about it, like beyond it being a weird, almost borderline race thing. But like, let's look at like the best American teams. They were athletic and they beat people up. Like,
and
sometimes that's what the game calls for.
Right, yeah. Chris Wondolowski was not very tactful.
Yeah, and no one bats an eye when Uruguay beats the crap out of the U.S. in the Copa America. Like,
exactly. So that's what I'm saying. It's again, I don't know if he'll apologize. I don't think he meant it that way, and I don't think anyone.
I don't think so either. Yeah,
I don't think anyone's attaching anything to the statement other than it's a tired stereotype, and we need to come up with new things to say, basically.
But quit talking down to the African teams.
Yes, especially this World Cup. Right, I remember which coach that said it. Was it the UEFA? Somebody in UEFA said that Africa needs to lose the World Cup spot, and as it turns out, 8 of the 9 they sent.
Come at them again. Come at them again.
Yeah, so like, there is an argument to be made about infrastructure, but that can be made about CONCACAF as well. That a lot of these countries are not taking the money, and I remember was it Casey? One of the American commentators was like, "Yeah, I agree with you because America's." I think it was Kate. It was one of the goalkeeper, ball-headed guy. I can't remember his name right
now. You're describing half of the American
of the goalkeeper. I know, right?
Guzan, Tim Howard, Keller. It'd be one of those 3 probably.
It may have been Guzan. He was actually on a British TV show, which is funny. Which is
that'd be Tim Howard then. That's Tim Howard. Yeah.
Yeah. No. It was Tim Howard. I know because he's black. It's a white guy, bald head. So different.
Okay.
Yeah. No. But his argument was like he agrees with that. That federations need to invest in infrastructure. And his example of that is that it's not just an African thing. It's because America just now got its home, and it's in Atlanta. And the only reason they got it is because Arthur Blank fell in love with soccer.
Yeah.
Right. He just found that he's investing in a
you
training
literally
facility.
found an angel investor.
Yeah. He invested in the U.S. Federation training facility.
New Lamar Hunt.
He invested in the Atlanta United, and now he's spending a different sum of money to build a different training center for his NWSL women's team. So Atlanta is going to be Soccer USA, and there's not really much we can argue about other than say, yes, it is.
Yeah, fine with me. Don't tell Kansas City that.
Well, I mean, it is what it is. I always thought
we'll talk about that cringy tweet later.
Yeah, I always think they should have put it in the center of the country, because the old one used to be in Florida, and then they moved it. It used to be an IMG Academy, is where they used to always do it. Yeah. And then they moved it to Kansas because they're like, oh, it's centered, so everybody can come in. Moving it to Atlanta means everybody have to fly across the country, and as we found out during this World Cup, it's a massive country.
Yeah, and you got rails to Atlanta.
Yeah, that's true, especially up and down the East Coast. Yeah. Carousel, no, not Carousel. Yeah, Carousel. Valiant effort. 2 ties, and no, 1 tie, 1 massive loss. Did they lose to Cote d'Ivoire as well? Yeah, I think they lost 1-0 and then a tie.
Well, I think the best thing you can say is they're going to hang their hat on scoring a goal on Germany, right?
Like, yes. And their goalkeeper now has 20 million Instagram followers. Only fan girls, I'm sure.
Wait, was that not Cape Verde? Wait.
No, that was Carousel. No. Sorry, the Carousel goalkeeper got 2 million from 90-something. He's the guy who plays for Miami FC, the Miami FC. Good showing. FC. I actually looked at his resume. He's a quality goalkeeper. I think he's
Casemiro's Miami FC.
Yeah, he's actually at the end of his career, which is why he's there. But yes, he's one of the 5 USL Championship representatives of this World Cup. So that's pretty dope. I think Germany is the horse out of this race. We will look at the brackets here in a second, but I think Germany's always the favorite.
You would expect, even on down years, which like you could say they've been on a down for a couple of cycles. They have the talent. Like they're at least above average on the international stage, right? Like, like on a bad cycle for Germany, they're second tier, and like they're the best of the second tier. Like,
exactly. Exactly. All right, so Group F. What do we have here? Netherlands, Japan,
this
Sweden,
was such a fun group.
And Tunisia. This is the DFW group.
This was a fun group, and not just because I got to go to one of the games.
Yeah, the Dutch, the Bright Orange took over DFW actually Houston for their first game.
No. The first game was against Japan.
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Yep.
So the Dutch, the Orange took over here. Japan, obviously, we did the event here in Plano. That was exciting. Sweden, which is the FC Dallas representative, which I don't actually think he got any minutes.
I think he subbed on once. I could be wrong, but he didn't play much. If he did, he didn't play much.
Which is weird because in the lead up to this, in order to qualify, he played lots of minutes, and then he didn't even make the final team. So that was really
he was the last man in added. Yeah.
And then Tunisia was the whooping boy of this group.
Yeah, poor Tunisia. That was a bummer to see. But hey, I mean, we'll look on the bright side. There was plenty of Northern Africa represented that made it through. So
yes, three of the groups made it through. Japan. So here's the big thing. Japan's the only Asian Federation team to make it. Everybody else left. And I think the biggest surprise there is Korea that didn't make it. We'll talk about how they screwed Iran here in a minute, and how that last game, I know the Iranian team in Mexico, obviously, because they had to get kicked out of the country immediately. That last game, there was 2 goals in the last 3 minutes. So they qualified, then they didn't qualify, then they qualified, then they didn't qualify.
Just to confirm, by the way, Johansson got no minutes.
That's what I thought. I looked at it, I'm like, I don't think he played at all. Dietzen for Haiti came on for 20 minutes in the last
Didn't really do anything, right?
Didn't,
I mean, maybe not his fault, just not a good enough team to do much, but...
Well, no, what's funny, what I found is that the third game, they knew they weren't going to, there's no way they could make it, but they still played basically the same starting lineup. And I'm like, if I'm the manager, I'm basically, whoever didn't play the first 2 games are going to get minutes in the last game, because it doesn't matter. We're just doing this to do a good showing and let these guys experience it. Especially if you have young guys and you want to qualify to the next cycle.
Let's put them in a shopping window.
Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
But this minus 10 goal differential.
Yeah, Tunisia. Yeah, whooping boy.
Oof.
This was probably. Is there another team that got beat this badly? Well, yeah, Iraq, 0 points, 11 negative. Jordan was bad. Uzbekistan. No, wait, Uzbekistan didn't win a game. Oh
No.
no, that's right.
Nope.
We'll talk about that in a minute. All right,
They
yeah.
had a
So
good
this
last
one,
game though. That was fun.
yes. This group, all three team or top three teams made it. Netherlands, the Dutch. Nothing to write home about. I'm not
How do you
afraid of
feel about the
them.
Dutch, man? Like, I
Yeah,
still
I'm not.
don't know what to think about the Netherlands.
Yeah, neither do I. Um, and then Japan's obviously my Asian team. I've always said I think of the non-European, non-Latin American teams to win, because as it stands right now, I think all of them have either been European or Latin American, and by
Yep.
Latin American I mean South America.
Right.
Of all the teams to do it, I think Japan will be the next one, but it won't be this cycle. They just don't have the firepower.
Yeah.
Um,
They're building it though, and you can't argue against it.
yes. And then maybe the calendar change will help them. They'll be able to cycle out their players better, et cetera, et cetera. MLS is also doing the same thing. But yeah, it won't be this cycle. But again, good showing by them. They've showed that this is where uh regimented, everybody knows what they're doing at every level. So even if you go the third man down, it
Yeah.
still works.
I mean, they're
Right?
basically playing a newest version of Total Football. It's insane.
Yes, exactly. For all my
Everybody's touch is so good on that team.
yes. Yeah.
Holy cow. The passes and
Um
little touches they were making so quick. Japan
I,
is so much fun to watch. If you haven't watched them, you need to be watching them.
yes. For all my anime fans, this is Blue Lock, is what we're talking about here. But
Blue
no,
Lock, let's go.
quality football by them. Sweden, I mean, they made it. I don't anticipate them going much further than this. Of all the Nordic teams, they're not the one we're going to be rooting for.
Yeah,
We'll
and
move
they've
on to.
got France next round. So let's see where that goes.
Oh, okay, buzzsaw.
Okay. We don't have to talk bracket yet. Sorry.
Yeah. Group G, Belgium.
Hold on before we start Group G.
Yeah, what do
Beer
we do?
break. Beer break.
There we go. Crack something open. What do we have? There
We got a Belgian.
Go. Oh, love it. I love it. You see the tie-in here? The tie-in. So we have the end of the golden generation here. De Bruyne, Lukaku.
I mean, that might have ended a few years ago.
I mean, they're still there.
Yeah. No, I'm
30s.
just talking trash, really.
New Zealand, solid defensively, just not enough offense to offset anything.
By the way, it's a Belgian triple for those that care.
Nice. Egypt, I mean, Mo Salah is there. He's not Mo Salah of a cycle ago.
Yeah,
but it's enough.
This group looked like originally a Belgium runaway, right? Just because of history, but it kind of turned into, I'm not going to call it the group of death, but it was definitely an existential group, right? Because all of these teams were just not quite good enough.
I mean, Iran, again, we'll get into that. When we do the wrap-up show, Iran
we need to have that discussion.
Will be the stain on this because the team was good enough. Now, they made a lot of suspect selections on their team. There are a lot of young guys they should have brought. We talked about it last time. Their entire backline in their mid-30s. So it made the situation they were going through even worse when you have old bones, right? And yet they still almost qualified as the best. As you can see, 0 goal differential. They did not lose, but they could not win. And they had 20 minutes of that Belgian game where they were caught in two minds, where they're like, do we make sure we don't lose or do we try to go score? And as it turns out, that was the wrong decision.
Yeah. It's almost the best version of this third place team stuff.
Yeah.
The dilemma of it, but it's also kind of the worst side. I don't know. It's tough. We'll get into a worse example of it later with Austria, Algeria.
Indeed. Where we at? So Belgium, they made it. They top of the group. I don't anticipate them going much further than one game. We will look at the brackets here and we can estimate that. But based on what I saw, class lasts quite a while, but age, it's still a young man's game to a certain extent. And at a certain point, you're going to run up to what you're going to run into father time. And I think Belgium is doing that. Yeah, they do have one young player. I need to look up his name. That's an absolute world beater, but he's not enough, right? You need more of that.
No, not in the World Cup. That works for the early stages, but not late.
Yeah. So Group H, Spania. I mean, they recovered from that 0-0 to win the group. Cape Verde, the sweethearts of this tournament. right? And
What's he
all
up
they
to? 20
need,
million likes or
yeah, yeah,
followers
yeah.
now? Yeah.
And
That's
all they
more
had to
than any
do,
American superstar has, I think, right?
oh, for sure. The only
And I
people
mean
who are,
every sport. Like he's got more followers than any American sports athlete.
I don't know, LeBron might be up there.
I'll confirm, but
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but this ended up, in my opinion, being the group of death, right?
Yeah, it really did.
We have 7-3-2-2. Now, Saudi
It's this
Arabia,
one or Group L, right? Like
yeah. Saudi Arabia, solid team, organized, never really a threat. Now, Uruguay, we can talk about this. Now, we can talk about being petty on a level
yo,
that,
LeBron has 4.1.
wow.
This dude's sitting on 20 mil. That's crazy.
And when I keep telling people it's a
Yeah.
world's game, like
Yeah.
you think people are famous until you realize what famous is, right?
Yeah. Until this 40-year-old Giancarlo Esposito looking dude.
Yeah. I always tell people, I'm like, we need to stop the Bob Marley, Michael Jackson, Prince, like, Queen, Elton John. Like, we need to stop oh yeah, this is today's version of that.
Yeah.
I don't think you understand how popular those people were without the internet, which means that people had to know them by look. Like, we know it's that guy.
Like we don't need to get into it, but they were tribes jamming to Michael Jackson.
Exactly. Right.
Like,
So it's a different era. Like, oh yeah,
yeah.
he's
Anyway.
bigger than Michael. No, he isn't. Spania struggled.
Yeah, what's your take
Yeah.
on Spain right now?
My take is that they could win the whole thing, and also they're not quite ready. That's how I take on it, right? But before we jump in that, so petty Uruguay. If this is true that they canceled the charter plane,
that's insane,
and had them fly commercial. Now, that being said, several people on this team have really big contracts, and if they want to fly private, they can just fly themselves. So that's not really an issue. Also, I'm not sure all of them are going back to Uruguay because their league play is on the other side of the world. So
right, for the most part.
Well, yeah, like, I know some of them will be going home, others will be going where they're going. But yeah, that between that and the Korea situation where the federation is like, ooh, maybe don't come home for a while. Take a vacation.
Spicy, man. Spicy.
Yeah. That's but this ended up being a tight group. Cape Verde did what they needed to do. They have a bunch of Dutch mostly players with
Portuguese.
roots. Portuguese, right? The Portuguese are Dutch.
Yeah. Curaçao's Dutch. They're Portuguese.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yes. So they have a bunch of Portuguese.
We keep mixing these two nations.
I know, man. I think because they're both the sweethearts, right? They both had that one strong game. Now, obviously, Cape Verde continued that strong game into 3 strong games.
Yeah. And you got nothing to lose now. Let's go.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And they did what all small nations should do, right? You go hire an experienced coach. You look for your diaspora, right? And you find this is what Jamaica has been trying to do, but has not gotten it done. I think mostly because it's a coaching issue. We went and got the former Man U coach, but he was a failed Man U coach. So right. I don't know why we thought that was a great idea. But we have other diaspora besides the US and England. We have places that we need to go hunt.
You remember Grenada did this, Trinidad and Tobago did it. Yes. TNT did it like the one cycle they made the World Cup and were even relevant, and then they stopped. Yes. I don't know. Yeah.
We are caught in the two minds here. So our current, I call him a placeholder manager, because I think once the next cycle starts, we're going to rotate to a brand.
The natural time to do it. Yeah.
But he actually runs Cavalier, which is our club team that always makes it to the CONCACAF Champions Cup or whatever it's called now. So he's very domestic. So he's pulling a lot of he's the shop window guy. So he's going to be putting a lot of young Jamaican players in the team in order to sell them off.
Yeah, well, and he probably has a Rolodex too, right? Like yes. he knows the guy to go like, hey, I got this guy. Yeah, like it's not going to happen in one cycle, but like it's going to keep getting better the more you do it.
Yeah. So, but this and Jamaica's another one. Like we're spending $60 million to renovate our stadium, but we need training facilities. And was it Andre Blake, who's the captain, came out and said, "Hey, the facilities are an issue, and have been an issue, especially if you're going to hunt down guys who play in Championship and Premier League and MLS to come to Jamaica, and they come and the facilities are not to par. That's a problem." But anyway. Let's talk about the people who are here.
Let me bring up one more thing with that. Yeah. Like, go look at the shit that Javon Watson's doing. Like, where's he at now?
As a coach?
No, he's like the president of the association now there.
Oh, in Trinidad. Isn't that where they
Trinidad.
put them?
Yeah. Go look at like what Javon Watson's trying to push. Like there's people doing this all over the Caribbean, especially.
Yeah.
But CONCACAF in general are like, well, if we get our facilities better, everything will improve. That matters.
Yeah.
So this is why we ran about it so much when it comes to the standards of US soccer.
Yes.
It does matter. Anyway, we can keep moving.
Yeah. So Cape Verde, solid team, solid performance, all heart, all skill, great coaching. You could see what it meant to them.
Oh my God. So
Why
good. Seeing his mom there.
Yes, the tears. Uruguay. So they have the bad distinction of having 2 World Cups. So there's always an expectation, even though they really haven't been like a threat in multiple cycles now. So I'm very confused.
Like they're good for some upsets and they're good for a good CONMEBOL competition, but like I had some hope for this Uruguay team because I hate Luis Suarez. I always have. I've never hated a soccer player. I hate Luis Suarez. If you've done the things Luis Suarez has done and you weren't an athlete, you'd be
in jail.
You'd be in jail, or you'd be treated for madness, or that's not the PC term, but you know what I mean. Like they would have you having psychiatric help if you had bit 3 people and one of them was your friend. But I had high hopes for them without Luis Suarez, and like all everyone's talking about now that I keep hearing is like first World Cup without Luis Suarez, and they had no teeth. Like I don't know what to tell you. Like I think I read that headline somewhere, and I was like, "That's brilliant," and I hate you for it. But I want Uruguay to be relevant without a player like him.
That's true. They had no bites to their game. So
and by the way,
Saudi Arabia.
What Marcus is talking about, Uruguay won the first World Cup ever, and they won one early on.
Yeah.
And there's some debate about these first World Cups. It's still like, yes, they count. You won a World Cup, but they weren't. They won World Cups. People would argue.
They won 19. Was it 1930? So obviously
that's one, right? That's the first one.
Yes, and then they won 1954, which was so they won a couple of cycles later.
Right?
Which
if you think these are relevant, like as someone who's thinking about this, if you think these are relevant, remember the U.S. won 3rd place at one of these.
Yes, right.
That's I'm not saying you shouldn't be proud that you did that. That is good history.
Yeah,
but it's a completely different tournament.
Yeah, I mean, we can say the same thing about Brazil and Pele, right? That era, you know. I know.
Fair enough. If we are opening up that can of worms, you might be right.
Yeah, Ronaldo likes to. Yeah, because the reason I count it, right? Because that's how you.
I'm definitely going to count them. I will.
Yeah, I don't want to do the American thing, where. Let me say, I want to treat soccer the same way we treat golf. The 160th version. Golf has changed. The equipment has changed. The people who can play it has changed. But we still talk about golf in centuries terms, and I want soccer to have the exact same thing because, you know, it's kind of the same thing, right? Ball, rectangular field, 11 guys. Now, offside, the rules within that has changed, and we'll talk about VAR and its application in this tournament at the end. I'm making a list of things we need to talk about. The being offside by a toe shit is anyways.
Yeah, we can have a rant about that one.
Yeah. Spain, no high expectations. Cape Verde, at this point, whatever you do, because if I'm not mistaken, for moving on to the group of 32, they win an additional 15 million. So that federation,
I don't even know the numbers actually. Now that you mentioned it, I didn't even think about the.
So I think it's 2.5 for travel costs, right? So just to make sure everyone gets here comfortable, then it's 12 million for qualifying, and then if you make it out of the group, you make another 11 and change. So right now they're going to leave with like 25 million, if I'm not mistaken on how because it accumulates per.
And this is just for getting through the next round.
Yes, but just
so you're telling me Cabo Verde just got 25 mil. Oh my God, that's awesome.
It's pretty awesome.
Okay,
let me look that
this makes you root for the quote unquote minnows even more.
Okay,
that means so much more to that. Oh, that's great.
Okay, for Cape Verde, that's like 10 years budget, right? That's
honestly, you just start building now. Let's go.
What are we doing here? So group I.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, Saudi Arabia, just trash, right?
So the Saudi Arabia, the Qatars, my issue with them is that they basically pay they're buying. It's sports washing, right? They have all the money. Yeah,
I think it's worth noting that the Saudis are spending less on soccer now. Like they're already getting bored with spending money on it. They aren't throwing money at Newcastle now. Like this phase of their sports washing is passing now. So don't be surprised if they're not even that relevant in a few years.
No, when I say sports washing, you're right. The Newcastle purchasing, I'm talking about. So they have the opposite problem of the African continent. The African continent has all the talents, but not the resources and not the infrastructure. Saudi Arabia and Qatar, because they have all the money, just skipped over and built the nicest facilities you can possibly have, but they don't have the talent. So they have to. Let's put it this way: Qatar last Olympics had 7 Jamaican athletes.
Yeah,
who they paid $500,000 to change allegiance to qualify for that.
I guess I'm referring to just Saudi here. Yeah. Saudi has stopped spending as much on soccer as they were spending. They're still spending a bit, like it's slowing down, but like don't be shocked to see it like slowly dwindle. It's like a slower version of what they did with the Live Golf.
Yeah, Live Golf. Yeah. So hold on, let me.
Yeah, Qatar's still spending, from what I understand, but Saudi is starting to spend less. It's just the nature of the contracts are like that long.
All right, so we're gonna jump on here.
Group I, or
no? Wait,
you got something else first.
Yeah. So just to make sure I was correct, so this is the payout. So $9 million just for being in the group stage, 11 for making it to the round of 32.
I can't wait to find out which narco leader earns that in Mexico.
So yeah, this is the payout, and then the champion wins $50 million. So it is. So I was mistaken. They don't win. It doesn't stack. For making it to the round of 32, they made $11 million.
Yeah, $9 million for getting eliminated though. That ain't bad.
Yes. So
not for like Curacao
or Korea. For them, it's like, ooh, cool, thanks.
That's awesome. Yeah.
But that's the payout there. So we'll do that. All right. Group I, French. The French team is the favorite. They have 2 of the top 5 goal scorers with 4.
It's Mbappe, and is it Dembele? Who's the other one?
Yes, Dembele, 4 and 4. Who I didn't know who won the Ballon d'Or.
Yeah. They have the Ballon d'Or. They've got the Spanish league top goal scorer, and on the other side, who's the other one? What's he got? Keep going. I'll figure this out. It just blew my mind when somebody pointed this out to me.
Yeah. So this is Senegal, who made it through. Right.
Hey, let's go. Senegal's fun to watch.
Yeah. Sadio Mane is going to drag this team kicking and screaming. Holland, they basically gave up that last game to France. They were like, we're going to lose anyway. And they were probably right. But the fact that your star player said that is probably problematic.
You know what? I have some insight to this in a second. But yeah, keep going.
Yeah. But this might be the second group of death. Obviously, Iraq was not really a threat. But the top 3 teams are all solid teams. Senegal, obviously being the champions of Africa with the large asterisk in the top corner. And then Norway. See, the thing about Norway is when you have a freak of nature, and I mean this.
Olise. Sorry, France. Olise was one of the MVPs or MVP level players in Germany. So like their front 3 are freaks in France. That's all. Anyway.
Yes. Senegal, strong. Solid player. When you have Mane in the middle, we know what he can do. But again, he's at the end of his career too. I think he's 33, 34.
Yeah, the question here is how many more games can he do it for, right?
Yeah. I mean, but then again, we said it about Modric. We said it about Modric last cycle when they made it to the final. We're like, oh, he's too old. And then he dragged them kicking and screaming. And somehow people were complaining when he won the Ballon d'Or. And I'm like, I don't think you remember that year. Modric was by far the best player on the planet.
My guy, if he was not playing with Ronaldo and Messi, he would have won all of them.
Exactly. Norway again. So when you have a freaking nature, all you really need to do is be defensively sound and then kick the ball to his direction.
You need to not lose the game.
Exactly. But France got having watched all 3 of these French games. If they don't win it all, something bad has happened. Now that being said, in the Norway game, they fell asleep for a second and allowed Norway to score. And one of the easiest goals I've seen. I'm like, wait, what are we doing here?
They got real casual for a minute.
Yeah, like they were up 2-0, or was it 3-0, and just let one in. And I'm like, we can't do that. I think it was 3-0 because my man had a hat trick in like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
it was kind of
that being said, if I think France comes into this tournament saying, if we don't win it, it's a failure.
Yes.
I think they come in doing that. And by the way, it's scary because they might be the same way next cycle. It's insane.
Yeah, but, I mean they got a bunch of guys in their late 20s, so you got them at least.
And their backups are as good as 90% of the teams in this
Yeah.
tournament. Like,
I mean, we'll see how that
quality
goes.
wise, obviously playing together is a whole different ballgame. That matters. Historically, France has these weird breakdowns where they have some weird drama happen. I don't
Yeah.
know why. They've done it so many times. Who's their coach? Is it still Didier Deschamps?
I have no idea. I haven't checked
Yeah.
the coaches.
If it's the
But
same guy as last time, obviously he was able to keep that drama down. But like all this stuff keeps flying around about Mbappe being a general and like telling everyone what to do. But I don't know. That feels like it's pretty cooked up to me.
yeah, they wanted to make him the leader, but when you look on the field, like they all respect him. So it's the
Yeah.
opposite of Portugal and
Mm.
Ronaldo, where you can tell they're not necessarily looking to give him the ball. With
Yeah.
Mbappe, sometimes to a fault, they're looking to force the ball to him. And I'm like, yeah, but you have a 2-headed, 3-headed monster. You don't necessarily need
You have three of the best players in Europe in your front three.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
insanity.
like, if it's one of them things where like if one of them is having an off night, you're like,
Oh.
fine.
And by the way, Mbappe is playing better than he does at Madrid. What is happening?
I mean, that happens quite a bit. We talk about how
yeah, you're right. People put on the jersey sometimes. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, but that being said, France is obviously front running for this whole tournament. So it's France, Argentina, and then basically everybody else.
Spain is the next one up that's above everyone. I'm just talking odds, not like what necessarily is true or not. But like Vegas odds, it's France, Argentina, and Spain, I think, are the top three.
I mean, after watching this group stage, I don't know if that holds. All right,
yeah,
we'll talk about
and that's how it changes, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about the Erling Haaland thing real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're DFW based, right? And I've been listening to the kick around. They've got Lars on there, Lars Sigurdsson. Hey, Lars, if you want to come on. I think we're probably below a pay grade, but Lars talked about this incident where Haaland, if you haven't, you should look up the interview. But they asked him, what he thinks about coming up against France next. He said, "Oh well, I don't," or said something like, "I don't really care. They're probably going to win, and they're probably going to win the whole thing." Which, like, for most people, just sounded like, okay, you don't want your pro athlete to say that. But Lars was pointing out that's just Norwegian.
Yeah,
like all of us freak out about that, but in Norway they're like, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
So like, it was more of a realism and candor than it was a like giving up. And apparently that's kind of who he's been, and that's why he doesn't talk to media as much.
Yeah.
Again, this is all coming from listening to another Norwegian talk about it, but that's just interesting.
The people who I saw have that comment are like Americans who have this like naive
well, you know what? If he had said that in the Premier League, they'd eat him up too. But like,
he would never say that in the Premier League,
but he wouldn't, because he's
playing on the best team. Exactly.
Yeah.
He's playing on Manchester City. Now, if he was playing on Ipswich and he said that, like, yeah, are you going to play against Man U? And like, no, they're probably going to win. We're just going to keep it moving.
Yeah, they'd crucify him.
Yeah. Well, no, it depends on the team. Like, some teams are realists, right? Where if you're in Everton,
I see what you're trying to say. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're in Everton, where you know, like, hey, if we finish 8th, we've had a great season, right? If we qualify for the Conference League or whatever the fuck they created now, we've had a good season. That being said, I personally, the way he said it with such dry, like, matter,
it was quick too. It was just like,
no,
they're probably gonna win the whole thing. They're gonna win.
And I don't know why. It's okay to be factual, right? If Cape Verde said, "Hey, we're just happy to be here," but you see that being happy to be here is not saying that, "Oh, I'm not going to go out here and bust my ass and try." Like, those two things are not.
Yeah, I guess people can't grasp that.
Yeah,
that is a common thing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's well, yeah. I mean,
if an American said that, they
would say you don't have a competitive edge.
Yeah, but we see him play day in and day out.
He does.
It was like he plays like,
man. Did you see him celebrate his second goal? Like,
yeah, he's a lunatic. I absolutely love it.
There was a vein about to explode. I'm surprised he didn't have a stroke, man. Like, anyway, Norway looked fun though, right? Like,
Norway looks solid. Again, stay defensively sound, passes to the big man, let him do what he does.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Group J here. Argentina swept the whole group. Austria. So we'll talk about this Algeria game. Jordan, again, it's one of those Middle Eastern teams where I don't know. Do they have a star player? I got to look at the Jordanian team. I don't really think that. Yeah,
I'll pull them up real quick and I'll look. I don't think so.
Mo Salah. Iran has, I think, 2 guys who used to play in the Premier League. So it's like some of these Middle Eastern teams will have really one solid player on it. But this Austria Algeria team game. So it was the last game, FS1. I think the game ended after midnight. They needed a tie and they would both go in, but they were playing. Oh, I actually forgot what's his face. The Leicester when Leicester won the Premier League. Mahrez, what is my mind's name? I forgot he was on this
Mahrez, yeah.
Algeria. Mahrez, yeah, I forgot he was
Me
on this.
too. I completely
like,
forgot about, which is embarrassing because he's really good.
Yeah, but he's in Saudi Arabia now. He went to go chase money. That's what
but
I was
he's good
like,
still.
Yeah.
Like,
but yeah, so one of these teams, if they had lost, Iran would have qualified. And in the 85th minute, Algeria went up 3-2.
By the way, the Jordan star player I think would be Musa Tamari. It plays at Rennes, which is France,
that's your star player. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. That's not gonna cut it out.
No, well,
yeah, but yeah, this the Algeria Austria game was an era of comical things, right? It was like 85th minute, up 3-2, 90 plus 5. You let a goal in, and what's funny enough, no one cared because they both went up. So it was one of them things.
And here's the downsides of the expanded world. Well, one of many upsides and downsides. Downside: both of these teams came into this game knowing
they already qualified.
We tie and we go through.
Yeah.
Granted, the argument would be, but if one wins over the other, they get a better position theoretically. But I don't know, that's a frustrating thing to think about. On the field, they were both trying to win, which was a lot of fun.
For sure.
Yeah. And that ending was a lot of fun for a neutral.
Because think about this, being the last game of the group stage, you might want to win depending on who your opponent would be.
Right. You're thinking about that. You're doing that.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, because if my opponent will be easier if I lose, I'd probably, if I lost, I would probably have lost and then kept it moving. But
they were late enough in the games that they knew who they
knew exactly who they'd be.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's be. This is the Messi show. He's got 5 goals. I love how people
are
hyping this.
They were all good.
Well, no, one of them. I remember the goalkeeper. I don't know what he was doing. Went on walkabout, but it's fine. It's Messi.
Yeah, all that to say, Messi at least looked good, which is nice. Yeah. He's still doing the walk Messi, and then he knows his limits. Yeah. I'm not gonna fillet Messi here, but he looked good. He's adapted his game, which is commendable, I think.
Yeah.
I think that matters. That being said, the main concern was, can they do it without him? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say, he's the one person you don't have to say speed and power because he's not fast and there's no power there.
Yeah, he's not big either. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But, I think the question for Argentina was, can they do it without Messi playing? And, it seemed like
we'll have to find out next cycle.
Right? But, last game they played, though, without him, they didn't look as good, but they didn't look bad.
Yeah.
I mean, and then, of course, he came in and scored one.
Yeah, so. All right, so next one, Colombia, Group K, Colombia.
Before we leave that one.
Yeah.
Did you know Arnautovic was still playing? That dude is old. I did not realize that dude was still playing.
There was a bunch of 40 plus. And
this guy is 37 years old, starting striker.
Yeah. The starting striker for Iran was 36.
Holy cow.
I think this is the World Cup
with the most amount of
it's 40-year-old. I know, all the stars are old except for the French team. Those guys are all still young. But Ronaldo, Messi, 35 plus. We're doing some old stuff here.
Yeah.
But Argentina, obviously, I think second. Repeats rarely happen, so I think that's the only reason you put them second to France.
I think this team is good enough that they could. I wouldn't put money on it though.
For sure. I mean, I would either way because.
Oh, you're saying you might bank on accident then?
Yeah, I was like,
all right, fair enough. A small amount, then, not a big amount.
Group K, Colombia did enough. Portugal have an offensive power issue, and I think the issue is Ronaldo. The whole "I'm back because I score against Uzbekistan," relax,
buddy.
It was
buddy, you scored against Cannavaro's team, not against Cannavaro. This isn't against Cannavaro; it's against his team.
Yeah. He is the gaping issue in the middle of the park. The Congo qualified, the other the best dressed African squad here.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
let's hear it. And look, I don't know enough about to say it, but I know there's a lot of symbolism in the covered mouth thing. I don't know all the details on that. Maybe we should talk about that later on.
It's another American coup. That their elected prime
This is the
minister.
war in the Western Congo, though, right? That's happening.
No, yeah. Well, this is an old one. This is not a new one. He's been
Oh,
dead for a
okay.
little while.
See, again, I'm ignorant.
Yeah.
I think it's worth mentioning. We've been seeing a lot of that,
Yeah. He
and it's a
and
good platform.
he didn't get his. I'll do some more research, but if I'm not mistaken, he's one of the CIA coup victims. Elected prime minister who wanted to focus on Africa and its country, and we can't have that there. But that's another issue for another day.
Yeah.
Solid football team, strong defensively. They beat the whipping boy of the team, and they tied against Portugal, so they get to qualify up to the round
The
of 32.
hard thing for me in this group is I don't want
Yeah,
to shit on Uzbekistan because they've done so much with
yeah,
what they have.
yeah,
And Cannavaro has done such a good job with this team.
yeah,
Like there were these moments you were like, oh, they're super organized. They're just not as good.
yeah,
And Cannavaro is a good coach. I'm kind of interested to see where he ends up going after this Uzbekistan gig.
yeah. I mean, he might stay. It might be a long term
He might.
project for
He
him.
seems to like
Yeah.
it, but like that's a good coach. I
I
think
mean,
someone's going to try to snag him.
they got 9 million. They can go build some infrastructure for
Fair
that, right?
enough.
You know.
But Portugal, right? Portugal might have the best midfield in the tournament, in my
Yeah, but
opinion.
no one to pass it to.
But no one to pass
Okay,
to.
yeah.
I will say there were moments though where I did see Ronaldo adapting to be a provider a couple of times.
Which is what he
And
needs to
when
do
he
more of.
did that, it was
Yeah,
good.
yeah. The problem is
But
his ego won't allow him to.
yeah,
Right. So he realized he was getting older, so he can be a winger. So he became a striker. What he needs to realize now is because he's getting older, he needs to be like a false nine. So he needs to fall back,
yeah.
get the ball, and pass.
Like
His ego, on the other hand,
if
like yeah.
go ahead. You have.
I
A
was
thought
gonna
to
say
finish.
there was a goal that his teammate scored, and I couldn't tell if he was upset or happy, and that's a bad thing,
Yeah.
right?
What I
So
would say is like if somehow someone could convince Ronaldo, you have a bunch of records. Imagine if you won the record for the most assists.
yeah,
You haven't claimed that record. Like,
yeah,
I don't know.
nah. Now here's the thing: what if I'm him? I would if me being benched means my team has a better shot of winning. Because what he doesn't understand is if Messi wins another World Cup, the whole "who's the goat" thing argument is dead. So
Yeah,
he needs to
what's
do
left of it is
everything.
gone at that point.
Yeah, right. So the only thing you need to do is get the World Cup, because then we can make an argument like, well, Messi has one, he has one, type thing. But
And if you
whatever.
go far enough in this tournament, you might play him. Let's go. Like
That's a fact. So here we go. That's true. I think 2 games in they might meet.
I think it's semi. I can't remember. Doesn't matter.
Which, to be honest, would be the highest rated.
It'd be awesome.
So yeah.
I'd
All
love
right.
it.
So Group L, the cup. Having watched this team, the cup is not coming home.
Wait. Before we do Group K, yeah. James Rodriguez keeps doing James Rodriguez things.
To be honest, I think
not as good as it was.
Yeah, I was like, this might be the first year. I'm like, yeah, the Minnesota.
But he's still randomly getting a screamer or a really cool pass in. Like, it's cool. I think this Colombia team is still better than some people think it is, although they're clearly not like a number one contender. But like, they're fun to watch.
Yeah.
That's all I have to say about it. I just wanted to address Colombia.
Yeah, I will say that there wasn't as many stinkers. The worst game was the Carousel Germany 7-1. I think everybody else was pretty on par, right?
Well, and maybe I have a soft spot because coffee.
Coffee. There you go.
Los cafeteros. But yeah, I thought Colombia was better than I thought they were going to be.
Or whatever they smuggle in coffee so the dogs don't smell it. Anyway, so England, the cup is not coming home. Musa has a little bit longer in this league. Although he didn't play the last game.
He didn't play the last game. He subbed out or in the second game. He subbed out, and he subbed out in the first game. He started in both of those. Scored a goal in the first one. Got to watch that live. That was awesome.
Yeah.
It meant so much to him. And I think on one celebration, he like leapfrogged a teammate, which was hilarious.
Yeah. Panama. We'll talk about CONCACAF and how poorly but when you think about who he sent in CONCACAF, right? Carousel, Panama, and Haiti.
Haiti, remember that the hosts don't represent the qualification.
Yeah. So Haiti, I mean, I love it for Haiti, right? They did not play a single home game because of the shit that's happening on in Haiti, and they qualified.
Well, that's a whole other thing too.
I love it for them. Panama is one of those golden generations who's gotten too old. I looked at that squad. I'm like, wait, they're still playing?
Right?
Right? Wait, why are you still there?
Same. I'm going to bring up some names in a minute, but keep going.
Yeah, so this is the end of their golden generation. The Black Stars, Ghana is my favorite African team. Always been, mostly because one of my favorite rap bands is the Black Star and Marcus Garvey, the Black Star Liner. There's a whole like connection to Jamaica there. So Ghana is my team. They're good, but they're just not. Again, of all the African teams, Morocco is the one that I think will go the furthest. But Ghana will put on a good showing, a good account of themselves, as the English would say. Croatia, I mean, Modric is still there. Actually, we'll talk about retirement league here in a little bit, but I think it's funny if we can get Modric to play with Musa here, that'd be automatic, right?
It'd be a nightmare in a great way. Like, oh my god! Listen, I will take an entire season of Modric playing 30 minutes every game.
One other thing, I will if we signed him. I just want him for the short season next season before we switch over to calendar. That's all I need him for.
So much sense.
Like, hey, before you retire,
you just saw the Matrix, man.
Yeah, I was like, before you retire, can I get you for 3 months? That's all I need. 3 months of quality soccer.
3 months in the spring, we'll be golden. Let's go.
That's a fact.
England, Croatia's old, man.
Yeah, but they're still good. That's the thing, right? It's still very, very good.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Pirlo. It's kind of like Pirlo in his late career, where you don't have the legs, so you have to use your spatial awareness of like, okay, I need to be here.
Yeah, you have the soccer brain.
Exactly.
They definitely do.
Then, but yeah, so we'll talk about the obviously the winners of this group. So England, everyone has high expectations of this team. They're two rosters deep if you look at their roster. The problem I'm having is, so we have Harry Kane playing an off striker, which is a weird thing to see. He's switched his game completely, having gone to Byron. It's really weird. Tottenham Harry Kane and Byron Harry Kane, not the same thing.
Right? It's weird.
Marcus Rashford, I think, is better at being a winger slash.
And by the way, weird. I forgot Rashford was relevant again until this World Cup.
He went. Yeah,
I forgot about it.
Yeah, no, he's solid guy. He's figured out the trick of cut in onto your right foot, get the curler. That's his job now. But yeah, the results tell me that maybe this England team is not quite fully baked.
I think that they could still pull something together, although I wouldn't bank on it. Yeah. Like they have some bright spots, like Jude's still showing up and doing some things. But like they'll have to grow into the tournament to do it, right? We're not just straight up expecting it.
Yeah, and then we got Josh Stone in the back. I mean, Harry Maguire's not there, so we know no own goals. But yeah, that's it. So let's before we hit up, man, we're an hour in. I apologize, guys. US, Australia, Paraguay, Turkey. So 6-4-4 and wait, Paraguay. Paraguay did qualify for the round of 32. Never mind. So solid grouping here, right? When you think about it. The US overperformed against a really so-so Paraguay, handled business against Australia, and then could not figure out. Now, again, with all the caveats we mentioned earlier, there was heavy rotation. Turkey is a skilled team, which is usually what the U.S. has issue with. Paraguay, again, that first game to me, we'll talk about this later. The fact that, I don't know if it was bad coaching or bad players, but the fact that 2 out of the 4 goals for that game were the exact same play, run to the edge, cut to the top of the box, and no defender figured that out. So
that's just bad coaching in Paraguay.
And then the Australia game, I actually thought Australia played really well and had opportunities to score and tie that game, but when you just
I thought the US were better in the Australia game than they were in the Paraguay game.
Well, yes, because they faced a better team, right?
No, and that's what I mean. I think they adapted better, right?
Yeah.
Like they had to adapt some.
Yeah.
Which is good. They had to adapt to getting like kicked and like abused. That's a good thing.
Yeah. Well, no. So Australia again was organized in the back, right? Like we mentioned earlier, almost all those guys played in the A-League. They played together a lot, so they're very organized.
There's something to be said about chemistry.
Yeah, the problem with them is that they have no offensive power, right? They have no one that's going to really beat you. And again, but even with that, there were multiple opportunities. One of those should have been a penalty.
Tim Cahill's over here going like, "Dang it! If I could have had this squad behind me."
That's a fact. One of those should have been a penalty where the guy stepped on the Australian players on his Achilles, basically, as he's running full speed in the box. And was it Stu? Whatever the Fox was like, oh yeah, that was accidental. And I'm like, it doesn't matter if it's accidental, right? I'm running for a cross and you're behind me and you step on my Achilles. It doesn't matter if you did it on accident. I've seen lots of Dazzos where the guy cuts in front of him and he stops running to not hit his legs, but still does it. It's an accident, but it's still a not so.
Intent comes into play in different circumstances. These are not those circumstances.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, the US won the group, lost the last game, which was not relevant to the situation. We'll talk. We've talked about that ad nauseum, so we'll just move into the brackets.
Yeah.
So
US fans, it's okay to be excited, right? It's okay to be excited.
Yes.
We're the ones being realistic here as non-US fans.
Yes.
You can be excited, and that's okay. You were in the World Cup knockout rounds. Go on.
You can be as delusional as you like. And all the TikTok people who I think people are misinterpreting what people are saying on TikTok. They're like, oh yeah, people are realizing how great America is. And I'm like, they're just realizing how oversized everything is here. I don't think you understand.
And moreover, they're on vacation, my friend.
Yeah, it was like
they're on vacation.
They're like, oh, look at.
They're like, yeah, I could drink a gallon of ranch because when I go home, I'm not drinking a gallon of ranch a day.
Exactly. They're like, oh, this Buc-ee's is massive, or yeah, you know what they're not saying? Oh, this public transportation is really convenient, or oh, the healthcare here is awesome. That's not the things they're saying. So,
and none of them are saying, oh, I'd love to live here.
Yeah, none of them are saying, hey, you know what? The concessions at these stadiums are really reasonable. No one's saying that.
Buddy, they love your country because they're visiting and not living in it.
They're like, for $1,500, a lot of these people could go to 2 seasons of their club team. So I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's a whole rant. I think we've got some unresolved things to talk about later, Marcus.
Yeah, it was like, for what they're paying for one game, they could go 2-3 seasons.
And by the way, some of them are making fun of you.
Yeah, but they don't get it. That's what I'm trying to explain to people. They're like, oh yeah, they're like, yeah, all these foreigners, they're like, they love it. I'm like, I don't think you understand sarcasm and like getting clicks because they're.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
All right.
And
so
speaking of consumption, I'm nearly out of beer.
Oh yeah, that's the meter for how long we're running. All right, so here we go. Brackets here. We can see matchup makes fights.
Do we want to talk the game that happened today first, or do we want to just?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, let's just jump in here. So as we speak, one game is already finished. Canada left it late. It was 90+2, right? Did
you watch this game?
I caught the end of it again because we had
I was sure with work and all that. Yeah, work. Oh, it's Sunday. Never mind.
Yeah. So 90+2, they left it late. I think we looked at that first game in South Africa and had some misconceptions about that team, and they disproved it as they went along. And they
really did.
This game also disproved that. Now, the Canadian team is not as strong, and we know that, right? Especially without Davis, who did play this game, but was not as dynamic, which is what you expect coming off that injury.
I was watching this game as a guy who follows Mexico.
Yeah.
And I was seeing South Africa going balls to the wall early, which they did against Mexico.
Yeah.
But like against Mexico, they kind of crapped out.
Yeah.
And then Mexico took a couple of chances and then wasted a bunch.
Yeah.
Sure. And we're able to win. And I was worried that this was going to happen in this game for South Africa. Obviously, I'm a neutral here. But I was worried that that's what was going to happen here, but they were able to do it longer. I don't know if it was altitude or what that did that. But
yeah,
I never know how much to buy into the altitude thing or not. But I think both teams did themselves proud. It was a fun game.
Yeah.
And the goal, I mean, do you call that one a screamer?
Oh, no. I mean,
I wouldn't. It was a great shot, great finish.
Yeah,
it's not a screamer. It's not a golazo.
Yeah, friendly bounce on top of the box.
What I don't think enough people are talking about, though, is his touch to settle it was phenomenal.
Yes, yeah. I've seen many people try to either hit that one time, sky it over the top, or take too hard to touch and allows the defender to close him out. So yeah, he did what he needed to do.
His controlling touch was phenomenal, and I loved that. That's what I liked about that goal.
But what about his pace and power?
Are we looking at the same skin tone here, Marcus?
Yeah. He doesn't have any of that. We don't have any of that.
Not enough melanin for me to say that, bud.
So as we speak, Canada is through. Where are we at in the bracket?
Can I say one more thing about that game real quick, though?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
The ball possession was 58% South Africa, 42% Canada. This World Cup has not favored the teams with possession, which has been kind of interesting to watch. We're seeing the transition in the style of play.
There's a lot of hunker down.
We're seeing a transition to the new styles that people are playing now, and that's kind of interesting. That's all.
Yeah. So Canada's through. They will meet either the Netherlands or Morocco, and to be honest, I don't think they have a chance in hell against either of those people. So let's look at the schedule this week. We're gonna try to do another one Wednesday, Thursday after we get a couple of these out. Full schedule. So tomorrow, which is when this goes out, I'm gonna put this up at like noon. Tomorrow we have Brazil, Japan, which will be a hell of a game, to be completely honest with you.
Honestly, I'm so psyched. And by the way, I don't know if I told you, my brother is at this game.
Is he going? Okay.
I'm
Is this at
so
DFW?
jealous.
Is
It's
this in
in
DFW?
Houston.
Oh, he's driving down. Okay.
This dude got a place, 15-minute walk from the stadium.
Yeah.
$600 for 4 days.
No invite. Fucking asshole.
Right?
Yeah, we're now in. We can carry. All right. Yeah. So three games tomorrow, Monday the 29th. Germany, Paraguay after that, and then Netherlands, Morocco. So we will know Canada's.
Do you want to mess with predictions here at all?
No. We'll just go through the schedule a little bit. Well, yeah, we can. Well, yeah, we can do predictions because by the time we do this again,
we don't have to go into actual goals, just like in general.
So for the Monday games, we have Brazil, Japan. Who do you have?
I actually think Brazil's going to win, but I think it's going to be tight, man.
Yes.
I think that Japan's going to out Tiki Taka them. I really do.
Oh, for sure.
But yeah, I think both teams are scoring in this one.
Yeah. So again, the Japanese did two things right when they created their pyramid. They created the proper pyramid. And if you look at the rosters on the J League teams, it's a bunch of Japanese players, and then the next group are all Brazilians.
They're all Brazilians. Oh my God, you're so right. I forgot about that.
They're like, we are gonna go get. We remember the Ronaldos and the that era. We want to not intimidate. We want to emulate that. So we went and got some Brazilians. It's not even the best Brazilians we're getting, but it doesn't even matter because like the regular guy,
they just have to be able to teach you how to do it.
Exactly. All right. So yeah, I think this will be either a blowout or a really tight 2-1. Right. I see an early goal.
You mean a blowout for which team?
For Brazil.
Okay.
So it'll be an early goal, Brazil up, Japan tie, and then Brazil 2-1. So that's my anticipation there.
Yeah.
And we have Germany, Paraguay. This won't be close.
And by the way, Japan's going to wear the white jersey for the first time. I'm excited for that.
Nice.
Anyway, Germany, Paraguay.
Germany, Paraguay, not close. I'm anticipating 3-1, 4-1, somewhere in those in that era.
I'd be willing to say that too. Yeah, I think Germany mops. Or at minimum, they win comfortably. Maybe not mops them, but
maybe a 2-0, but a comfortable 2-0, right? Where they're controlling the ball and they're doing what they need to do.
I'd be classic German. Yeah.
Netherlands, Morocco, which will be the opponent going against Canada that happened today.
Yeah.
I found funny. Game. Why did we have a one-off game to do it? Whatever. Yeah. We'll talk about that later. Netherlands, Morocco, the Dutch, I think, has enough to do it. Again, Morocco's my team, but I think the Dutch have enough to take care of business here. But again, it wouldn't be surprising me if Morocco
I am having trouble calling this game, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it go into extra time. I really think that both these teams are good. I think Morocco is solid. I think the Dutch bench is better.
Yeah.
And like the later I go in these tournaments, the more I will think the bench will do better. But with a round of 32, I'm not sure yet. I'm going to go on a limb and say Morocco wins in extra time.
Nice. All right. So we got Tuesday's games. That's the 30th. Cote d'Ivoire and Norway. I think Holland does Holland things.
Yeah, I absolutely think you're right.
Yeah. France, Sweden. I think France takes care of business on that day. Mexico, Ecuador. So what are your thoughts on that?
Real quick, before I'm drinking my sorrows here. Shout out to my wife who just brought me a beer.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, what was the one before Mexico, Ecuador?
France, Sweden. That's not really.
Oh yeah, there's no conversation. Yeah.
We're good. So Mexico, Ecuador again, defensively strong.
I think a lot of people keep sleeping on Ecuador. I am not convinced Mexico wins this game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Mexico's creative enough to break down the Ecuador block that they set up. I really don't.
Mm-hmm.
I think we've seen it from Mexico for the last 2 years. They're not very creative. And a lot of their goals come from like speed and just constantly drilling it into the box. And I don't know that Mexico wins this game. And like, I would not be willing to put money on it. I actually think Ecuador might win this one.
I think hometown, again, they get to stay there till the semifinals.
Yeah.
I think hometown sauce helps. So
I think I'm curious about that one. Ecuador's the other team that's from really high altitude.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it helps or not. I don't know. As a Mexico fan, I'm very worried about this game.
For sure. Understandable.
We'll see.
All right.
I'm not sure. I can't say comfortably because I'm biased.
Fair enough. So we have the Wednesday slate, which includes the U.S. So we have England, DR Congo. The English should take care of business, but they had difficulty with the power and pace. I'm joking here, guys. Of the Black Star. So maybe they won't have enough. Maybe they won't have. Maybe they won't have enough for DR Congo. I'm kidding. I think England should handle this game 3-1 easily.
I think DR Congo will do themselves proud, but I think
Oh,
England
for sure.
definitely,
It won't be a disrespectful game. It will just be the English will do enough to. Now we're assuming all these games end in regulation. There's a chance some penalty kicks happen.
I think the only shot we've had is I think Morocco, Netherlands will go into extra time. But
yeah,
U.S.
Belgium.
Though.
Oh well,
Sorry.
so Belgium 3:00. So that's a noon. 11. Why the time frame different? Okay, so 11 a.m. England Congo. That's an early game. Then we have the 3:00 game. Why
this
4
just
hour
tells
windows?
you, by the way, this is how night owl you and I are. We both went 11.
Yeah, 11 a.m. Well, I'll be awake. I have to work on Monday through Wednesday now.
Oh, that's right. You don't work nights anymore.
So yeah, Belgium, Senegal. This would be a good game.
I think Senegal wins this.
Yeah, I was like, Belgium has not shown to me that they're a dominant force. So,
I think Senegal wins this, and I'm actually excited about Senegal US.
Is that the opportunity? Oh no, I think Senegal beat. I think the US can beat Senegal, and
I do too. But I think it'll be a good game. I think that would be a good game, though. And by the way, like let's talk US Bosnia real quick too, because we went over. I think the US will win, but I think it's gonna be a better game than people think it is. People sleep on Bosnia all the time, but like they have 2 or 3 players that are good for a good play here and there.
Yeah. Well, they're defensively sound too. They got some giants back there.
I think that's going to be a closer game than people think it is. I wouldn't be surprised for it to go into extra time. Although I think the U.S. can take care of business. I do think the U.S. is a better team.
For sure.
But U.S. Senegal is what I want to watch. I think that's exciting. I think the U.S. would rather play Belgium.
Well, I don't know if they would rather. Because, again, the same thing I had with Turkey. You don't want a team that is as skilled as you, because when I say as skilled, the Belgian team are more skilled.
They have the class.
Yeah, I was like, I'm not sure you want that.
I just think a Belgium team that has had to play against Senegal is gassed for that game because you're not getting a week off anymore.
That's true. It's like three days now. I think
something like that.
All
That's
right,
my theory. And we're just bullshitting here, but yeah,
we'll do the Thursday slate again. We're going to try to record at least one more of this. Spain, Austria. I think Spain, even though I'm not impressed by them, has enough to get by the Austria team.
Lamine Yamal is getting healthier and healthier.
Yeah.
And I think the longer he's on the field, the better for Spain, right?
Yeah. And so wait, why is the Thursday slate a 2:00, a 6:00, and a 10? Like, what are we doing?
Did you say there was a 6:30 game yesterday? Like, what?
I was like, what are we doing? So Spain, Austria, Portugal, Croatia. We'll be watching this intently, see if Musa gets a start.
I'm interested in that game. I think Portugal wins it.
Yeah.
I just think that Portugal's midfield will probably dominate Croatia.
Yeah.
And they really won't get anything out of it. I don't know.
We'll see if Ronaldo's pride takes over his head, or
that could be a good one, though. It could end up being a really good game.
Then Sweden, Algeria for the last game on Thursday. Again, I'm going to try to do at least one more of these, and then we will do the rest of the Friday slate. Well, I guess we can just finish the rest of it. Australia, Egypt. I think Mo Salah and the crew have enough to get past Australia.
Yeah.
Argentina, Cape Verde. I mean, that goalkeeper is going to have to stand on his head, shoulders.
We've seen it happen.
Toes.
Listen, we've seen Tim Howard. We've seen Guillermo Ochoa have these heroic, 15 save games.
Yeah.
Where they gave their team their chance, but then their team blew it. So who knows? We'll see what happens.
Well, and then Colombia, Ghana, the Black Stars.
I think that's going to be a good game.
This is going to be a solid
I think it's going to be a really fun game. I wouldn't be surprised to go to pens on this one. Yes, I think Colombia's got better attacking overall, but I don't know, man. Ghana's got that power, speed
and
power.
Pace.
Sorry, it was pace, not speed. My bad.
Speed, pace. So we will find out. Obviously, and then 4th of July we have so we go from a 3-game slate to a 2-game slate going into Sweet 16.
I didn't think I'd be as excited about this round as I am.
Yeah. So the U.S.'s run to the final will be So they're either going to play Portugal or Spain in the quarterfinals, or that's going to be a fun.
Look, I don't think the U.S. has to get lucky against Bosnia, Belgium, or Senegal. I think there's a world where they can beat them just playing outright.
Yeah. No, I was talking about this bracket. I was like, they
Yeah.
have to
So
be.
no. I guess what I'm getting at is if you make it to that Spain or Portugal or whatever game,
Yeah,
you could
you
get
got it.
lucky enough. It's the World Cup. Things happen. I don't know that the U.S. has the quality, but I'm probably being biased as a Mexico fan.
Yeah,
I do think there's a world where the U.S. can make a semi. I really do. I'm not putting money on it, but I think the team's good enough starter wise
yeah.
to fight
My
anyone.
whole thing is when they run into Spain or Portugal, or might be Croatia, but I'm gonna likelihood Spain and Portugal. I think their goal should be let's make this the penalty kicks and see what the fuck happens. Type thing.
Yeah,
Um,
I
although
think
Matt Freeze,
my
I
fear
don't.
there is
Yeah,
like, yeah, if it was Tim Howard, I might say
yeah.
that
It
I'd
was
be a
like
little more uncomfortable.
Matt Freeze. I'm not sure. I love that idea. But yeah,
Or maybe I play a game where like I try to hold him, and then like late game I start throwing in my like Balagoon and people like that to like try to sprint at the box. I don't know,
wait.
man.
I just thought about this. Oh wait. So yeah, for Ronaldo to play Messi, they'd have to be in the final because they're on the opposite side of the bracket.
Oh, you know what? What I said
Yeah,
might have been before it was all hashed out. I'm wrong
yeah.
then.
Um,
Look, I do
Mexico's
think the U.S.
run.
could actually go pretty far in this one if the things fall right. I really think they have a good chance about it.
Hey, you can
I
just
don't have a
deny.
lot of faith in Mexico. I'll be honest with
Yeah,
you.
just deny a couple of visas, you'll be fine. All
Yeah,
right, so
right.
Mexico, England. That's a tough run. That's
I
a
guess
tough
it
run.
depends.
I don't
How
know.
white do you consider Portugal and Spain?
They're European, so they usually get a pass.
Well, tell that to the Italians 30 years ago.
Fair enough. Fair
Well,
enough.
40 now.
More
Dang.
like 40. Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. I'm old.
But yeah, so we will review this group at the end of this as we move into Sweet 16. But that is we'll
Do
take
me a favor. Do me a
yeah,
favor. Pull the bracket up one more time.
there we go.
If you had to pick one upset here, who do you think it would be?
Upset?
One
Ooh.
upset. That most likely upset.
I mean, Japan Brazil wouldn't be an upset because like Japan is a top 30
I think it's close enough.
team.
Yeah.
Yeah. Australia, Egypt, maybe because like Australia is not ranked very high, but who gives a fuck about FIFA rankings? To be completely honest with you,
Yeah,
I mean
I know.
the biggest
Okay,
upset
let
here
me
would
tell
be
you why FIFA rankings are fucking stupid. Do you know
yeah,
that they just moved Mexico into the top 10?
yes,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah. So the biggest upset here would be Cape Verde, Argentina. I think they would kill everybody on the Argentinian.
Which would be awesome.
They would
Which would
literally
be
kill
awesome.
everybody. They wouldn't be able to go back to that country. Now, most of them don't live there anymore, but none of them will be able to fly home if that
Do
happens.
you think Ivory Coast beating Norway would be an upset?
No, no. The Ivory Coast is a Cote d'Ivoire. Sorry, is a
Yeah, Cote
salvage
d'Ivoire.
team.
Let's show respect. Yeah, you're right.
Norway is again. So I think it's the same thing with Zlatan in Sweden. I think because they have a world beater as a player, you think the rest of the team is as good, right?
Yeah.
Norway is not a great team. Right?
I'm going with Austria could beat Spain.
Oh, for sure. But having watched Spain, I don't think that's an upset. I think that's just
I think
Spain
I
not
consider
being
it an
very good.
upset, but
Do you?
yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
if I had to
Fair
pick one
enough.
that I think might be that one.
That'd be it.
Only
Fair enough.
because I refuse to give Bosnia a chance against the US because I don't want to get my hopes up because I'm a hater.
Again, I personally think that game will either get out of hand really early. Tim Weah will get an early goal, or they're gonna have to pull a Canada and.
Well,
bang
you
one
think
in
Tim
Spain.
Weah is going to get the early goal?
I mean, he's got that pacing power.
Did you?
That's really
God
what
damn. Did you watch the last game? Though Tim Weah looked a bit rough, man.
Yeah, no. But they're not getting minutes. So maybe
and to be fair, Tim Weah is not supposed to be a world beater at this part of his career.
Yes.
Don't expect him to be perfect. That's not fair.
Yes, indeed. Well, that is our knockout round group of 32 preview. Sorry for the late run. I'm gonna have to chop these up again. God, we
got plenty of work to do, right?
Yeah, we need to get this done. We will be back either Wednesday, Thursday, definitely by Friday before we get to the Sweet 16s. To wrap that. Oh my God, we have a guest in the background, smiley face and everything. There you go.
Wearing
Hello.
the Nkosi Tafari shirt.
Oh, is that what it is? The sideways smiley face?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, thanks for joining us. We will see you 4th of July, North Texas game. What are we doing? Hey, hello. 4th of July, North Texas game. I think we're doing a World Cup watch party for that Brazil Japan game. I know a lot of people are going to be heading down to Houston. Apparently, Pablo is for the Houston roundabout. So yes, it should be a fun time. At us at Dallas Bear Guardians on everything. We really appreciate you. Stop by the Den, Atletico Dallas, the Den in
yeah, man, go check it out. Go
It's
support
really
local
nice.
soccer.
I've been there twice. It's pretty awesome. Once that's finished, I think it'll be a nice little spot to
Any shit I'm talking is a
about
joke.
Atletico.
Is
Yeah,
a joke.
yeah.
I like Atletico and I like what they're doing.
As far so you remember we were giving them a hard time, like maybe you started too early. I think they did the right thing. I think they're using this.
Look, using the World Cup cycle makes a lot of sense. Let's see how it pays off.
I will say they need to better signage, because if you don't know what Atletico Dallas is, you have no idea what the context of this is, right? There's no
maybe not. Yeah. But get out to the den, like go support some local stuff. You could go to FanFest and spend $14 on a beer or $7 on a water, or you can come hang out at the den.
Yeah, the den, baby.
Literally across the street.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it being open. I think if they get that gate across where the dart station is to be the official gate, and we can do a walk-in with the smoke, I think it'll be awesome. So see y'all. Again, FC Dallas is not back till the end of July. So again, watch party, Roller Town. I need to get a graphic with
and you guys did a Trinity update last time, right?
We did some signings, or we did some departures.
Because that season's going to be here a lot sooner than people think it is.
For sure. Well, the short season before we
right.
14 games. Yes, we look forward to some Trinity news. I mean, obviously, this is World Cup focus on this go around, but yes, we will be doing some updates. But anyways, thanks for joining. Support local soccer, support local breweries, support your local record stores or bookstores, not Barnes and Noble. Find a local bookstore. There's definitely one near you.
Half price at minimum.
Yes. Find your local coffee shop. I'm doing that for Hubert.
Thank you.
There's definitely one of those. All right. Peace.
Reach out to me on socials. I will tell you where it is.
For sure. All right.